Should I do it? Yeah. Should I do it? Should I do it? Nah. Should I do it?
This is how you sell your soul.
I'm in a hole right now, and I don't think I'll ever climb out. And I had a little hope left, but the world could ride out. Had a dream I would shine so bright, but they put my lights out. Now I'm headed to the dark side.
This is how you sell your soul.
Yeah, I'm really tired of working and breaking vertebrae.
What is up, guys? T-Croc here. Welcome to the vlog. As you can see, I got my front bumper back. It's painted. It actually looks really good. I was afraid that it would kind of be like a mismatched black, but it actually blends in really well. So that's one thing that's knocked out. So yesterday I scheduled an appointment to get the car aligned. I went down the street to this place called Bert's Alignment. I know I made a video about me lining the car myself, but since it was my first time, I really wanted to see how close I was. And so I scheduled an appointment, brought the car up there, was talking with the tech, and I told him that I aligned the car myself. And when he put it on the rack, I just asked him, I said, well, hey, here's the specs that I wanted. Can we see how close I am, you know, just for my future reference? And I was spot on everything that I did. I will show you. It took me a few days, but if you guys can see this, my chicken scratch, like this is me doing math, trying to align this car and doing the camber and the toe. So I'll tell you guys the methods that I used. First off, I bought a long acre camber gauge. Basically, you stick it to the wheel and measure it. If you guys look at my previous video, I kind of shows what I did with that. For the suspension setup, it's BC coilovers, Ingles camber kit bolts in the front, and I got an Ingles camber kit in the rear as well. The thing about the camber kit in the rear, I couldn't go as negative as I wanted. I wanted to actually get -3, but the way they set up these cars, if I lowered the car more, I could have probably got some more negative camber, but I didn't want to lower it that low yet because of just how the geometry of the car is set up. So I just adjusted it and I measured, and then for the toe, I used toe plates and I used some jack stands and some shoestring. If you look on YouTube, you can see some methods where they use the jack stands and the string technique. If you go to Moto IQ, the website, they have a how to make a do-it-yourself alignment rack. That's what I used, and for me to be spot on, those guys were super impressed about what I did. So that's one thing. Wait, hold on one second, guys. Speaking of the devil, more car parts. Well, these are actually my ramps. So these were the race ramps that I'm going to be using to load the tow dolly. I'll show you the ones that I used yesterday to get the car on the tow dolly. I use these. These are my dad's, so he can now have them back because I have my own. And they're actually the same height, so I'm good with that. So no big updates with the interior of the car. The only thing I changed, or I should say added, was I added this roll bar padding, just as safety. You know, if someone's head goes forward, I'd rather for them to hit something padded versus the metal bar. I did cut out some ABS plastic for the gauge cluster. I just covered the back of it just to kind of give it a cleaner look. Let me go from the top and I'll show you guys what it looks like. So just a cover to cover the back and the wires exposed. Took me about 5 minutes. Some ABS plastic. I just traced it and then cut it out and then cut holes for the wiring. So that's it for that part of the car. So now that I'm pretty confident about setting up my own car for alignment, I'm gonna be doing them from now on for myself. A lot of guys gave me some flack about it because they were like, you can just take it to the alignment shop and, you know, let them do it, and you just save you a headache. But if you think about it, let's say I have some issues on the track or the car's handling like I don't want, you can't just go to an alignment shop after that. So I figured if I learn how to do it myself and I, you know, mess up the alignment or I spin off and I hit something or the car doesn't just feel right on track, then I can just, you know, get my toe place and camera gauge out and then realign it myself. So that was why I wanted to do it on myself. So the purpose of this video, while I was at the alignment shop, when we were checking the front, the wheel bearing felt very loose. Like they shook it. And I thought that was funny because I just checked it a couple weeks ago and it was fine. So I don't know what happened. So I'm gonna get the car on the lift, see if the wheel bearing's bad or maybe something's just loose and I need to tighten it up. I did buy a wheel bearing just in case. So let's get started. You guys hear that? That is probably a bad wheel bearing, or it might be something else that's loose. But I'm leaning towards the wheel bearing. It definitely wasn't like that when I did my tech, but it's a good thing that, you know, the alignment guy actually grabbed the wheel and felt that, because who knows, like a bad wheel bearing going out while you're racing is bad news. So this is like gonna be my first time replacing one of these. I gotta remove the wheel, gotta remove the brake calipers and then the rotor, and I gotta go behind and then remove those bolts. But I'm gonna see if like the axle nut is loose, because it might be that, but I'm pretty sure it's the wheel bearing. So let me get started.
Every day I wake up with a motherfucking mind full of so I reach for the purple haze. Worst taste in my mouth, all I do is put in work, but I ain't seen the worth of my mind. Right when I wanna give up, I heard her say,
This is how you sell your soul. Just come and take my hand and I can show you where all this magic happens right before you. Where fallen angels gonna live forever. So just remember, we can sell your soul.
should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it?
All right, hub's out. Had a little bit of difficulty because of rusted basically in there, and I had to freaking hammer it out. I'm probably gonna go in and clean this up a little bit. I didn't mention that I didn't know you had to take the axle out. I thought I could get around the bolts, but with the ABS ring in the way, I just pulled the axle really quick. One thing, I should have hung the caliper up, but I was fighting it a little bit. I just kind of put it out of the way. So not that bad. I mean, it's just 4 bolts. Remove the wheel, axle nut, and yeah, the 4 bolts in the back, and pull. That was it. So I'm gonna get the new one, which is right here. That's just from the parts store, Duralast. I would have probably ordered from Rock Auto because it's a lot cheaper, but since I'm in a time crunch, I just bit the bullet and bought one from the parts store. I'm not gonna do AARP lug nuts, or lug studs, as I say. That's a future thing. I don't need extended studs because I'm running the EVO 8 wheels. Now my other wheels, my SSRs, they are fine with the stock studs, but I probably will get AARP because they're stronger and you don't have to worry about anything snapping. So let me clean this up and just put it back together and we'll be done.
This is how you sell your soul.
So my camera died, so I had to let it charge a little bit, but I put everything else back together. I mean, just putting the wheels on and putting the cotter pin in. I had to use some universal cotter pins, so it was kind of hard trying to find like the best one that will fit, but I made one work. So it is good. It's not clanging around, and this crappy bearing is bad. I'm not sure if I can make it. Yeah, it's bad. So I'm gonna put the car up, and I will tell you guys what I have in store for next week.
Feeling so how do I try and consume all of these people around me, been sucking the life from me since I came out of the womb. Soul on my line, my tone, ceremonies in the light of the moon. On the 16th out of June, wait, that's tonight.
This is how you sell your
So for next week, I'm going to shoot a message over to the guy that I want to my car. He doesn't know it yet, but I've seen a lot of his work, and I think that he would be a very good guy to tune this car. He has a first-gen talent that he drag races, so he knows a few things, and I've seen him tune like a couple of Evos and stuff like that. So if you tune an Evo, you can tune my car. If he's not interested, or if he's like really booked up, I'm going to try another guy. The only reason why I'm not going with this guy first is because he has never tuned this software. He's tuned many of cars with different softwares, but not ECU Flash. So I would like someone that knows what they're doing, because that means I don't have to give you my laptop and use all my software. We can just use all your stuff. I've had a bad experience where I let a tuner use my software and my laptop came back in worse condition. So I try not to use that. That's really it. Next week I am going to try to also get a hitch system. I'm not going to mount a hitch system to the tow dolly, or I don't think I am. I'm gonna try another system, this like ratchet system that I've seen a lot of people use. The only reason why is because I don't really want to spend that much money on a hitch to mount on the tow dolly. And I've seen this other system that's pretty cheap. So, and basically you just mount it to your truck and then you hook it to your car. The only thing about that is I did take off my reinforced bumper to save some weight, and my tow strap was on that. So I need to find another spot to mount the tow strap. So those are the only couple things I got going on. If I do, and if I'm able to get the car tuned, I'll probably do a video on it. I'm not going to be like all in the guy's face. A lot of tuners don't like that. So, I mean, if he's cool with it, then yeah, we'll do it. But if he's not, I'm not going to ask him. So I'll let you guys know. Like and subscribe. Hit me up in the comments of what you guys want to see. I'm open to anything, honestly. Until I start racing, then it's just going to be more about racing. So other than that, I will see you guys next week.